Ugh. Always with you. This is the work. Well, time to start chatting, I guess. Three, two, one, let's go. Hi, everyone who's watching. Welcome back to my live. Today's live is Saturday. So, as you can tell, basically, I um, obviously I sound tired. I am, but I still wanted to chat. Come on here to chat with you guys. Also, please forgive me about the lighting going on. I have no idea how to properly have good lighting without being so close to see, without being so close to a window, which is literally right there. And the weird thing is, we have been experiencing where I live at. We've been for a few weeks ago. We've experienced a lot of a lot of weird rainstorms a few weeks ago, but now it's kinda lightening up. We did have I guess it was, like, a little bit of, like, a mini storm last night, but now it's just yeah, that has now passed. So, anyways anyways, as you can tell by the title of this live, if hopefully I have it correct, it's called "I Had a Rough Day." And basically what that means is today kind of basically was a little rough on me. So it all pretty much started when I was at work, and what happened was basically, right as about 2 hours before I was, allowed to get off my shift and leave, um, one of my assistant managers who, by the way, is a very nice lady, she's a very nice lady, she had told me to come into her office, and basically we just started she sat me down and she told me what is going on. Hello there, engineer uh Bashiek Rahud. Hello. Hello everyone who's joining. How are you? Um, what's up? Um, Nothing much. I'm just talking about how my day went. So when my um, assistant manager brought me into her office. I was very scared because I didn't know what was going on, and she sat me down. We talked, and next thing I know, she slides me a piece of paper, and I thought it was like my termination or something like that. But instead, it was a paper slip that said I was being written up, and I was wondering what I was being written up for. And sorry, I've got sunlight on this side that just refuses to like this helps, but it's only when like my hand is like away, I guess. But anyways, so when she slipped me the piece of paper, she basically said that this is for because you had said something um in front of a guest and they didn't like that. And what that means is basically, so what happened was I got in trouble because I swore, meaning I had said the B word by just it just slipped out of my mouth. Okay. Now here's the thing though. I pretty much know for a fact I am well known for being well what they call slick of the mouth, which means I say things or I end up saying things that um I say before I think to whom? So I had accidentally said a swear word. Specifically, it was the B word. And I had basically said it near a guest and apparently made them uncomfortable. And I just want to say my intentions wasn't to make anyone uncomfortable or anything like that. I just want to give a heads up about that. I did not have intentions to make anyone feel uncomfortable. It's just that, I'm one of those people who, thinks without, well, no, they say without thinking, and the consequences pretty much like hits me like a bag of rocks. But anyways, so when my assistant manager went to sat me down and explained what was going on, she had told me, "We cannot have this again because we're trying to run a classy place here." And I was like, "I understood, and I'm very sorry." And I told her I take full accountability for my actions. I take full accountability for my actions for what I say. And basically, yeah, I had gotten she said, "Even though you've apologized, we still have to write you up, and this is your strike one." And it made me, on the outside, I was calm. On the outside, I was calm, but inside, I was freaking out because this is the first time, okay, my first time ever at my job that I had ever gotten in trouble for something, and specifically, that resulted in me getting written up. Now, I've had worked prior jobs before where, I have been known, like I said, what they call slick of the mouth, meaning sometimes I say I say things without thinking, and sometimes the results are, like, okay, or, like, maybe you can slide under the table, but then others, that's when I need to take accountability for. And yes, it is true. As long as I had acknowledged that I was wrong, then yeah, it should work out. And that's what my assistant manager said. She said, I'm glad that you're acknowledging what you did, your mistake. You just gotta promise us that you are not going to repeat the same actions again. And then I told her, yes, I promise I will never repeat or say anything or have do anything that would result in this type of consequences. And I'm very sorry if had it did cause a lot of problems. At least you're acknowledging that you were wrong. Most people don't even acknowledge. Yeah, I think that's what made a little bit of the situation more calmer. Like, my assistant manager was basically direct. She was direct. She told me, "Okay, this is what you did. You need to take responsibility. You need to take accountability. You need to acknowledge what you did." And I basically agreed with her and said that I'm acknowledging, I'm agreeing with you. What I said was completely not professional, not something that you would want to say around children. And yeah, yeah, I basically, like I said, I took full accountability for my actions and I acknowledged what I did. And yeah, and I faced the consequence. I faced the consequence of my actions for what I did. Brother, what work do you do? I work at a hotel as a chef. I work at a hotel as a chef where I cook, I clean, and I work in food and services at a hotel. I'm not gonna say which hotel or, like, what brand, but I will say that, we're one of the most common hotels, around the globe. That's great, man, you're a nice person. Stuff happens, and it helps you to grow. that person say? Grow. At the end of the day, just chill and let it go. It's all oh, where are you from? I'm from the US. It's alright, buddy. Mistakes happen. They're senior than you. Take it as an advice or lesson. It's life, good things and bad things. Yeah, I'm that is true though. I am um like I said, I did take accountability for my actions and for what I said because I mean, I wanted to know I was doing the right thing. And when I did the right thing, obviously, I was going to face consequences. And one of those consequences involved me getting written up by my assistant manager, who, like I said, is a very nice woman, and is not is not afraid to. Well, some days she can be like your best friend or understanding, but other days when she's serious, you have to be serious. Can you just explain in short what you have faced? So, to those who are just joining, I am talking about how this morning while I was at work, my assistant manager had called me in 2 hours before I was about to clock out of work. And she basically told me that I was being written up for saying the B word, um, in the lobby where there were guests, and one guest had, made a complaint about me, uh, saying the B word, and my assistant manager was talking about that and saying that I needed to take accountability for my actions and understand that I am not supposed to ever, say any vulgar language from here on, and from now on, I need to if I say any if I say anything, like any, bad words, then I need to try and keep them in. And here's the thing though, I am like and if you're joining, so I have said that I am known to be slick in the mouth. What that means is basically, I am known for saying before thinking, or I say things before I think, and before in like a few other jobs, it wasn't really a problem, but no, my assistant manager didn't fire me or anything. I still have my job. I still have my job. I was just written up. I was just written up. I got my first write up, and basically basically I had to promise to never say any vulgar language again, or what action he taken. So basically, I'm taking accountability for my actions, meaning I am generally taking responsibility for what I've said, what I've done. Specifically, this talks about just me having saying vocal language, I meaning basically I had said the B word and there were a few guests in public and I ended up getting written up, and I'm not saying that I was scolded or anything, but I did explain that I know I now that I know or understand what's going on, I am very sorry, and I promise you I will never try to say, um any vulgar language ever again, especially out in public, since especially in the lobby where there are people, especially with children. And I always try to not, um, I always try not to do or say anything that could jeopardize me in many shapes and forms. And overall, I don't know. I just want people to know that I do take accountability for my actions and I don't there is no excuse, okay? I cannot say I did this, but or I did something else, but no. I take accountability for what I have said and I'm going to take the consequences. No matter what the consequences are, um I deserve the consequences. I'm not going to try and overshadow it. And yeah, damn bro, what happened? So basically, I got written up at my job for the first time because last week I had said the B word in public in the lobby where I work at, and I I was apologizing to my assistant manager saying I promise this will never happen again, and I was also talking about, I was taking the consequences of my actions because I wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing and telling my assistant manager that I understand that what I said was is not professional, is not something you should say, especially when there are children around. Um, yeah. I I had to apologize and I still have my job. I still have my job. I just got written up. And that is obviously on my record for for who knows how long. See, you heard me that that I was I said the G word and yeah, that happened. Staying alone, no parents there for you. Well, if you're talking about like when I got written up, yeah, I was by myself. Um Because I wanted to find a way to settle the situation on my own, because a lot of people assume that I can't really do much by myself. A lot of people a lot of people have assumed that I a lot of people have assumed that basically I can't do squat. They think I can't dress myself. They think I can't set my alarm clock to get up to go to work. They think I can't cook or do laundry, which, by the way, is bold because I had learned how to do all that stuff when I was a child, when I was a little kid, like 7, 8 years old, or even 6, or as young as 6, because I was told that this is how when I was told from those ages, like, that's what you're supposed to learn for the real world, like, this is what you gotta do, this is how you learn to cook, this is how you set an alarm to get up for school or work, or, excuse me, this is how you do laundry, or this is how you clean, your space. So, yeah. Um, yeah, and, yeah, so I was in there and I was taking action, well, taking responsibility for my actions. Because I didn't want to sugarcoat it. There was no sugarcoating it, like, at all. "Bro, just chill. It's your age for hanging out with your friends. Don't take it." I mean, I do hang out with people my age. Some 2 years younger than me. I just I just hope that I never say anything again or repeat the same actions. Don't don't let it get you down. If you can do anything, don't let other people tell you can't. That is actually very encouraging to hear because I'm 24 years old. I'm pretty much in like almost a quarter of my life, and I I've compared myself to so many people on social media, either who I went to school with or who I went to like um scouts with when I was a kid. Yeah. And it really affected me in ways that I don't really know or had understood until I was trying to find a way to vent. My BF dumped me an hour ago. What do I do, man? He broke up with me through text. We were dating for 2 years. Well, I think my honest opinion about that question, Pavni? I think my honest question is that, take time for, you to mourn the breakup because it's obviously still very fresh. Take as much time as you need, and I'm sure there's gonna be someone out there for you, and 2 years is quite well, compared to other relationships that I've seen most of my friends have went through, some of my friends have actually dated people for, like, 5 years, and they got dumped after 5 years, so, compared to 2 years, I mean, that is still, like, some years, but, years that just went you know, I don't know what else to say, but just, like, try to move on as best you can, and someday you'll meet the person that you are truly meant to be with. What's your hobbies? So my hobbies consist of me, well, making fun little videos, as you guys can tell from my channel, a lot of short videos, a lot of fun songs. I do want to come on here to say that also I like to draw and paint as well and cook. I do enjoy cooking, okay? But also I want to talk to you guys that I do come on here and like when I post like a song, I'm doing it for fun. I do it for fun because, I mean, writing to me is like a stress relief. Writing is my stress relief. Before I found writing, I had no idea how to deal with like my stress, my anger, my frustration. Like I would constantly as a teenager, I would I would basically, like, take regular pieces of sketchbook paper and just, like I didn't know what I was doing, and I just scribbled a bunch of nonsense, and it it just, like, tired me out, I felt frustrated, and honestly, I felt like there was no peace of mind for me. Then, when I started writing, first starting off with little poetry, and then later I started to write some little fun songs that showed my expression. Honestly, it kinda helped. It kinda helped, because I felt like I don't know how to explain it, but I've read somewhere that basically when you write down, like, what's your frustration about, whether that's about something going on in your personal life, whether that's a person, a family member, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, a, a brother, a sister, a best friend, an ex-lover, an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-best friend, ex-friend, anything like that. So basically what I read was when you write down something on a piece of paper, all your frustrations and all your anger, it kind of like helps let go of it. Writing basically, like, helps let go of, like, the emotions you're going through, and once you've had it on a piece of paper and you look at it, it's kinda like, "Huh, okay." Or it's like a piece, like, you cleared your mind, and that's what I do. I love to cook. What should I make to tag you? Surprise me. Surprise me. Um, I Tell me in veggie category. So I do like vegetables. A few vegetables I like are carrots, um, okra, I think it's called okra. It's like a green, vegetable. I don't know if you know what that is. Okra. Yeah. And then I all other vegetables I like as here's the thing though, I've never really liked broccoli, but I love cauliflower. I love cauliflower. I don't know why, it's just delicious. Um, and I also enjoy other vegetables I like are do potatoes count? Do potatoes count as like a vegetable? Because other people say no, apparently. But yeah, so I like carrots, potatoes, cauliflower, and what was the other one I said? Carrots, potatoes, cauliflower. I'm sure it will pop into my head. But yeah. Now, fruit, on the other hand, if you want to talk about fruit, anything berry. I really like an assortment of berries. I'm from India, so want to make American cuisine. Um, okay. One of the popular American cuisines that we have are burgers and fries. Now, obviously, making burgers is kind of tricky actually, but to make fries, you can actually make fries very easily. So all you have to do is take a potato and chop it up and well, first you gotta skin the potato. First you gotta skin the potato, then you gotta wait, no, you gotta wash the potato, skin the potato, cut the potatoes into little chunks, whether cubes or sticks, and then you're going to put them in some I believe it's vegetable oil or some type of oil to help, um deep fry them, and then take them out, put them on a plate, add some salt or any type of seasoning you have, and then serve it. But I must warn you, you're gonna need a lot of potatoes. Here, it's 1:23 AM. Oh, wow. Well, here, it's almost 4 o'clock. It is almost 4 o'clock where I'm at. Yeah. That's another thing I wanna mention on here. So I meet a lot of people from either India or Pakistan or anyone in the Asian countries, I feel like, or the European Asian countries, um, on YouTube, which is actually pretty interesting because I get to meet a lot of interesting people and hear about their stories and hear they ask them questions about what it's like and, um yeah, what the culture is like and how one day, if I ever decided to have the money, I would travel there just to like see what the culture is like, understand yeah, what is this channel about? I have no idea. I have no idea what this channel is about. I did just post an astrology video yesterday on Friday, because I do want to try and get back to astrology, posting astrology videos on here, because I just feel like I want to, and why not? Other videos, it's like music, like fun little songs, and I also enjoy I don't know, I want to post like a vlog or something like that, like or a video. That's my future plan. What's your Insta ID? It's the same thing as my YouTube channel. I think my Insta is actually like linked to like the description. If you go to like the description, you'll see that it's there. India culture, do you like? I don't know. I haven't really experienced Indian culture in from India, but I have seen pictures and videos of Indian culture, and it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. I feel like for one thing, I have to learn the language. I feel like I would have to either learn the language or have a translator with me because obviously I don't speak Indian. So that's something I got to work on. But also, I want to, and there's also some I know how, like, in a lot of countries, not just India, but other places like England and Finland and Scotland and Pakistan and Russia, basically everywhere around the world, they have some information or rules you have to follow when you're on the streets, and also you need to learn about the gestures you're making and how everything works. And that's something that I'm gonna have to learn about. So yeah, so if I ever get a plane ticket and go and travel and see India, well, first things first, I want to make sure I have all the information right. Um, I want to make sure I have all the information right, that I understand how the culture um, works, um, and making sure I'm not doing or saying anything that might be misconstrued as rude. So yeah. Mm. Astrology is like reading the positions of the stars and the movements of the planets to know the hidden things, or just learning the names of the planets and stars out of curiosity. Yes. So actually, there's actually an interesting reason how I first started posting astrology. So I first started posting astrology videos on my TikTok back in 2023. Now 2023 was a bit of a flop year for me, and by that, I spent pretty much the 8 months from January to August, unemployed, not that much money in my bank account, and pretty much posting and just trying to get, something, like, some type of video to, go, but obviously that wasn't in my favor. So I didn't know what else to do. I was just posting random videos about which zodiac sign is most likely to um do what they're told, or which zodiac sign is most likely to rob a bank, or which zodiac sign is most likely to um what was that one that I did? Most likely to be detached, or emotionally detached, and or most likely to be cold-hearted. So that was some of the stuff I or psycho. Anyways, um, so it wasn't until I posted one video on my TikTok called "Zodiac Signs Who Are the Most Savage," and pretty much that video blew up. That video just well, it didn't blow up, it didn't hit like a million views, but it was my first video to on TikTok to hit over 100K. So yeah, and that was the best because that was the first time I've ever had a video that hit over 100K on my TikTok specifically, not talking YouTube. I've never had a video on here that has hit over 100K. I've had videos that so far, and it wasn't until recently I checked on my YouTube. I have 2 videos now that are over 20,000 views. Like, wow. That's that's actually a good accomplishment for me because I've been waiting to figure out to have a video surpass my first video that was the first video that hit 20,000. My first short video on here, but obviously that took some time. Yeah. You are astrologer? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't really know, because, like I said, I started posting in 2023, so for about 2 years now, and I'm still kind of, like, fresh and still learning, so, I mean, I am trying to do a lot of research about it, but I'm just taking it day by day. I'm just taking it day by day. Capricorn has 3 types. Is it true? Well, from what I've been told, a Capricorn okay, Capricorn is an Earth. I know a Capricorn is an Earth sign, and its animal is the sheep, I believe. Um, okay. I wanna make sure I'm saying the right things. What's this person talking about saying I need to repent? Don't tell me. Don't tell me s don't say the word repent, that just seems sad to say. But yeah, I would Capricorns from what I've understand, okay, they're an earth sign and they're most compatible with either a fellow earth sign, like maybe another Capricorn or a Taurus or a Virgo, but also they can be with they're also most compatible an opposite sign that they can be most compatible with is of course a water sign, which is a Cancer, a Scorpio, and a Pisces, um, because they're a water sign and earth sign. Capricorns and air signs, it's kind of like 50-50 on that one. Like they could have romantic feelings for an air sign, but at the same time, they will probably most likely end up being friends. However, though, a Capricorn, since it's an earth sign, it is said that one of its most toxic with the fire. So this is basically what I have done my research on. So basically, an earth sign is basically toxic with a fire sign. A fire sign is more toxic with an earth sign, and a water sign is more toxic with an air sign, and an air sign is more toxic with a water. Mm. What's your age? I'm 24. I'm 24. I'm 24 years old. I just turned 24 this year. I'm a Taurus. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I've been wanting to get back to posting astrology short videos on here. The only problem is me getting copywritten. So those who don't know, basically, whenever you post a video, if you have a certain type of song that's like popular, I guess, or like from another country, um, sometimes you'll end up getting copywritten, and yeah, I let's just say I had gotten my fair share of like copywritten restrictions that some of my videos actually got taken down. So if you were like hearing like a few of my short videos that were like, uploaded and yay, they're here, and then they got taken out, yeah, it's because YouTube took them down, apparently. Why you started your YouTube videos? So first started back in 2019, in late 2019, when I was 18, because I wanted to basically figure out what I don't know. I just wanted to, find something that can help me connect with other people that I can talk to, I could share and just, see who I can talk to with and see if we like, can be friends or not like buddy buddy, but at least we can talk to or be like pen pals. And it would only be determining on like how far the distance would be from me and that other person. And then when I continued with my YouTube channel from there on, Honestly, it slowly became more of like a both like a hobby and therapeutic for me because I don't know why, but every time I like posted a video or like I was talking to someone on a live or well, I started going live this year, but anytime I would be uh just making fun content and posting it, I was, g- building up a community that wanted to, talk to each other and have fun. Did I get an alarming amount of hate? Yes. Yeah, I don't know why, but I would get like a lot of hate on YouTube than I would on like any other social media platform. Um, yeah, and I I do wanna say that, you're not gonna, like, experience hate around your first time, but that would obviously be a lie. So, yeah. Whew. So, yeah. Who inspired you? I think, who did inspire me? I don't know. I think, who inspired me to start my YouTube, channel? Uh I don't know. I think one day I was just on YouTube, just looking at a bunch of random people posting content, and then later I found out that back when I was a senior in high school, back between 2018 and 2019, a few of my classmates were making little, video. Well, you didn't know. They were making videos, and they just started to, just for fun. And I figured, well, maybe I can do videos for fun. And yeah, I think they inspired me because it allowed me to give me the confidence to post on here and not be afraid and for them to also tell me, you might actually experience some hate here and there, but other than that, it's like full on fun to do. And yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to talk about. If you're talking about like building up your channel, I would have to say that as long as it's like something you want to talk about that you feel comfortable with talking about, or whether that's like a hobby, like maybe arts and crafts, cooking. I hear mukbang videos are pretty popular. So if you're thinking about doing like videos of you eating food, that's your decision. You look like Mr. Beast old version. Do I? Do I look like Mr. Beast, but an older version? Sheesh. I assume the dude's like 3 years older than me. Wasn't he born in like the 90s? Because I'm a 2001. I was born in 2001. Hello there, Arvon. How you doing? You have your girlfriend? No, I do not have a girlfriend. I am single. I'm 24, I'm single, but that doesn't mean I don't date. I have dated. Just relationships lasted like a few months and then yeah. I don't know why. It's like the fire begins to ignite and then goes out. So, and you know what? It is perfectly okay to be single because single, ready to mingle. Yes, I am single and I do feel ready to mingle, but I'm being cautious. I'm being cautious because I think like everyone knows when it comes to like dating or going out on a date, you always have to be cautious. You always got to be cautious about when you're meeting someone new because you don't know if they could say who they are and then like a few minutes later they could try to take you in the back of an alley and steal your kidney. Not just one dark. Any interesting movies? Well, after what I just said, I know a lot of horror movies. I know a lot of horror movies. A few that I've watched would have to be Lights Out. It's a horror movie basically about a woman who's trying to protect her little brother from some type of witchy, demonic creature. who was apparently made by their mom from childhood, meaning that the witchy, shadowy figure apparently it moves around in the shadows, but when it's light out, meaning like, or if there's like any source of light, if there's like any source of light, then basically the witch lady just like burns. She's kind of like an actual vampire, but more so. Good lord, look at that hair. Something resisting you to make GF, what is it? I think just I don't know. Just trying to I don't know, see where it goes and just seeing if they love me for me and my personality rather than something I could bring to the table. Because a lot of people my age, being 24, they all expect you to like already be rich or something, or making like 100K or even 1 million like dollars each year, which quite frankly is I think is BS. Unless you went to college and got like a really and you're studying for like a really good career. Conjuring OG. I have seen The Conjuring, I've seen the first one, I've seen the second one. I did they put out the third one yet? Because I would love to see the third one. I'd love to see the third one. Lights Out done, so is Insidious. Okay, yeah, Insidious. Yeah, Insidious, wasn't a bad movie, but just doesn't want I don't know why, I feel like what's it called? Like a brand or something? Or like it is that. Okay, yeah. So I haven't seen Conjuring 3 yet, but I am planning to. I mean, I've already oh yeah, franchise. Okay, the Insidious franchise. Yeah. I've already seen Beetlejuice. I've seen the original that was apparently released back in like 1988. And then I saw Beetlejuice 2, which I think was released last year. And it wasn't really bad, I'm gonna be honest. Tim Burton really did I think Jenna Ortega was amazing in that movie, and having all the well, some of the original cast members, um, in the movie was just spectacular. Yeah. I'm still surprised by that one scene when Beetlejuice actually saved, well, what was her name again? Who did Jenna Ortega play again? What was the character's name again? But basically, there was a scene where like this dude was trying to steal the character Jenna Ortega was playing, where he was trying to take her life so that he could finally live once again as a human on Earth. But then, right as he thought he was about to be approved, Beetlejuice saw him, smacked the whole disapproved stamp on his papers, and he went and he basically had, like he fell down a shaft and ended up and he got burned alive, which yeah, which I think was a really good scene. Another thing was that, um yeah, so the Beetlejuice franchise was fun to watch. The Conjuring, like I said, I haven't seen the 3rd one, but I have seen the 1st and 2nd one. Um, yeah, I'm just waiting. No, bro. The real you will be understood by any girl easily on first date, but there should be match made for each other. Yeah. I feel like there should be a match. I mean, they always say there's someone out there for you, so well, you just gotta take your time. Are you sad? I am not sad. I'm just tired. Am I sad with my dating life? Yes. But I'm just gonna yeah, just gonna take it day by day. And who knows what could happen? I could end up, being someone and like I don't know, like I could be married in 10, 12 years or whatever, and then also around that time, have a kid. Why not sleep? I'm actually about to go to sleep. I'm actually about to go to sleep, so, yeah, so I'm not gonna be live for another few minutes, and then yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. Let's see what else. Okay, so before I get off live here, I do wanna say thank you all so much for joining my live today, and I will be live again, next week on Tuesday, which is well, pretty much one of the other days I go live on here right after I get off of work. Only Tuesday is basically, well, like my Friday, my Friday because I have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. And yeah, yeah, so I'm gonna go live on uh Tuesday around 3 p.m. Eastern time here in the US. So if you want to, please don't forget, please hit bell the bell notification if you ever want to just talk or be notified. Be notified, hit the bell icon to be notified so when I go live on Tuesday. I'm also gonna keep posting my short videos. I do have more, but I just have to find a way to not get copywritten. And like I said, I do want to try and post more astrology videos on here. But it's just taking time. It's just taking time. I am very thankful for like everything that the last short video got. Thank you very much. And yeah, I hope that the next short video I post on here is going to be interesting. And I'm also considering making a video, like a vlog or anything like that, and posting it on here. I just need to like know if that's something you guys want to see. Um, yeah. So yeah, that's an idea I'm putting out, and hopefully you guys enjoy the whatever vlog video it's gonna be. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you all so much. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure to turn on the alarm button so you can be notified the next time I go live. Yeah, and I think that is it for today's live stream. Thank you all so much for joining my live today, and as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day and or night. Please take care, stay safe, and I wish you all the best, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and or night again. Okay? Mwah. Bye. See you next time. Good night.